support that don't want to see a section of your support ostracised by the board. Where do we go from here?
But how much of a support have we got left that are militant, like you say? What percentage are still militant?
Well, maybe no militant as the old
school
fucking militant, But I support where you've keep your head down, sit at the back of the bus. And you know yourself, Parkhead was married to go 2 years ago because of the whole fact that, no, we're for some here and we're going to sing loud and proud for some, right? A political end, right? Yeah, it's been ostracised and the board fucking, you know yourself, the board's been at the fucking pinnacle criminalising Celtic fans. You know that yourself.
But the new fans that they brought in don't really want to know all this, it seems. They're the ones who want to sit there and no sing and just, be entertained. And if they don't get entertained, then they'll sit and moan and then go and write blogs and bubble and then throw their dummy at a pram, that I mean?
Exactly.
Or phone Radio Clyde.
These Celtic fans, and they are Celtic fans, they support the club, but they believe themselves to be the sort of online opinion formers for the whole group or the whole collection. I sort of Celtic fans, whereas for years Celtic fans the whole group of Celtic fans has a massive collection of people from different backgrounds, different political views, but you can't get away from the fact that the crux of that political views were socialist, Republican, nationalist. But they want to do away with that, Thomas. And do you know something? I don't know where us as a group go, or the fans as a collection, what we can do to show them, because it's a PLC, it's modern football,
It strikes me as if you want to be what they call an ethical consumer, then you become ethical if it doesn't meet what you want. I mean, it's each to their own. I know the way I've decided to go for this season and most of last season, and I'll continue that. I mean, I've got an option where I could have went today free of charge. I can go to any game free of charge, and it actually costs the people for me to get in there, and it's no cost to me anything because it's all been sorted. So, but I just choose, even if I go, I'm not going to give them another penny. But I mean, why should I? I don't know. I could have went today, but I never got up too late. Anyway, it was too early a kick-off for a lazy bastard myself. If it was 3 o'clock, then I could have maybe managed it. I don't know. They don't seem to. Well, the reason why I feel, I mean, there's many numerous reasons. The way they were over the Mankey mob and what happened with Scottish football, and the way they've treated Scottish football, and the SFA or whatever the other powers it be. But I just feel that why should I give money grabbers my money? I mean, if people can see that they're money grabbers, then the best thing you do is you do what they call in the capitalist system, an ethical consumer. You withhold your money, and if you paid your season ticket, then and you've paid it fully up, then you might as well use it. But then just don't give them any more money. Take a drink in with you, or don't drink, or
Tommy,
take tunes
the most startling fact to me was Celtic have contributed more to the Poppy Scotland Fund, which is fair enough. I've got nothing against it, to be honest, right, personally, when they have these food banks. And that's a damning indictment to who's in charge of your football club now.
See, they just want to fit in. That's what they want to do. They want to be seen to fit in and no.
They don't want negative headlines, do they?
No, because they shite it for the media, whereas they should just turn round. I mean, if it was to be Celtic fans that were in there running it, I mean, okay, we would be classed as militant, the militant tendency or whatever. They would try to ostracise us, but whatever. But then you just have to accept that these people, haters, are going to hate. So just go on with it. We're in a country where they're going to hate us. And if you see the stories and you see the stuff they put in the papers on a daily basis against us, and the way they talk in the media, I mean, you should just, everybody should just shun them.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Tommy. No. That's the thing. It's a case of, right, let's sit at the back of the bus and keep our head down, right? But they're going to print these stories anyway. So why not just say, no, we acknowledge that we've got fans who are a political persuasion that maybe we as a board don't agree with. But at the end of the day, it's a free country, and that's their political persuasion. Well, they don't want to do that. All they want to do is they sit and they want to go, right, well, issued 128 bans to this and that, blah, 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 and they'll be welcome. See, that's all wrong, Tommy, you know what I mean?
I know. So what do you reckon is the way to go then as a fan base? How do we go?
Tommy, I actually don't know. I'm sitting here. I'll be honest with you, Tommy. I've not done season book for the last few years now, right? Obviously because of the current climate and all that shit we work and all that, you know. So you've got to cut back. You know, you lose your job, you get another job. It's not quite the same money as what you're used to being on. So you've got to say, right, well, we need to start cutting back. So the first thing to go is the season, but this is fair enough, right? You try and go back. So I'm looking at it. I'm sitting here. I'm going, what is it we can do? You know, there's nothing we can do, Tommy. They've got it sewn up.
There's a huge thing that we can do. If you think you're beaten, then you are. I mean, if you think you are beaten, then you are beaten. But I don't think we are beaten. Right. I just think we're no. The easiest way to do it and the best way to do it is to collectivise. And if they can do it 20 years ago with no internet, no mobile phones, then I know we're in a different climate, we're in a different, how can I put it? It's no the bankers are there at the door, the well-wishers are there at the door, but people have to see it's not a good situation. We've been deluded. We've not been deluded, but we've been deflected somewhat for what's happened to our club, with what's happened across the road. You know what I mean? So that's put a lot of us off to seeing how really bad is our club and how bad it's, because I think it's absolutely scandalous. It's no, I mean, it's a scandalous setup they've got there into, mate. I mean, I don't think, don't be despondent about it, John. Don't be despondent, because I think that even although it's going to be harder maybe than the last time, even although we've got all the tools there, we've not got the money behind us, we've not got the wealth, the power is all there. So we've got the mass media, and we can collectivise, and we can hit home. And that's the thing, we've got to find a way of sending the message to them in a peaceful way. Aye,
absolutely. Absolutely, in a totally organised fashion, right? A totally organised fashion. Now, I don't know if did you hear a couple of years ago, I think it was like some professor from Dundee University or something. He was on Scottish Sound, and he was laughing. They were asking about how the offence. It was basically about Oricary All-Making Brigade. And they were saying to him about how the whole offence of the seats fucking situation, right? The seats that were blown out of fucking all proportion, right? Aye, seats get damaged, and it was a disgrace that seats get damaged, but come on, it's a couple of fucking seats, you know what I mean? Right? And they were asking him, I think his name was Scott, I can't quite remember his name, but he was great. He was saying, well, you know what? See, if you start stifling political opinion, then what kind of country we got? You know, you might not agree, or you might think it's
we're in a fascist state, mate. See when you can get jailed for dropping a fag, spitting out a chewing gum, for spitting on the street. See when you can get jailed for saying something, mate, then we're living in a fascist state. You know what I mean?
That's the whole point about this. I mean, when you look at the first part, right, and there was so many seats damaged, it was reported on the fucking mainstream news as violence. There's fucking violence. What are you talking about? People weren't over-exuberant, jumped on seats and their seats fucking broke. Now, I don't agree with breaking fucking seats, right? And I don't agree, and see this whole thing, Tommy, about, the damage of reputation. Fuck that, pish. You know, I never got a good reputation. Seats were damaged, I was unfortunate, but there was no fucking violence there, you know? And yet, I think a lot of Celtic fans go along with this whole mindset of, the Green Brigade, they caused the violence. It's a lot of pish, you know. It's a mainstream media. It was their chance to go, let's get into these. And Celtic sat back and went, Peter Lawler went back and went, well, that was the whole fucking thing about the rope, and we'll fucking hang them. You know?
That should be the death knell for the PLC. The fact that they've sold out I mean, you can band in and throw them, call them soup takers or Uncle Tim's or whatever, but we don't need to do that because, we're preaching to the converted because there's enough Celtic fans out there who can see clearly how much the PLC have missed the boat in terms of representing Celtic, not just on the issue with the fans, but I'm thinking about how they misrepresented us as a club, as to how the cheating has been inflicted upon us over the last 25, 30 years, and how we've let that go. And I think it's, add that on to the 3 years where they handed the most bankrupt cheating club in British history, handed them another 3 titles just for the love of it. I mean, and then there's still deluded Celtic fans who think that the board is good. How there can be 2 double-digit multi-million pound Scottish football players that could have been signed for a grand total of about 4.5-5 million. I'm talking about Stephen Fletcher and the McCarthy boy at Everton, I mean, or McCarthy, I always get confused. I mean, they went for 13 and 15 million, and we could have had them for 3.7 and maybe a million for the boy that came from Hamilton, but they penny pinched. So 3 years Champions League money. So suddenly, the financial prudence of a board that, okay, we may well be in good financial state, but there you go, that's about 20 odd million in 2 players that they left on the table, plus another 30, maybe 40, 50 million in 3 Champions League runs, and then even one of them, after even losing it, they still could have blocked the bastards. They hadn't paid their PAYE, they hadn't paid their tax in a proper way, and Celtic, who could have looked at it and could have stopped it and could have fucking put a stop to their cheating, neglected, mate. So anybody who says they're doing it, and then add one last figure and I'll let you in here, bro. 4 trophies out of 15 without a proper fucking opponent, and all that time, 4 trophies out of 15. This is serious neglect. This board should not be in place, bro. And we're soft. Celtic fans.
Absolutely.
See the last, hold on, I'll just let you say this one thing. What's the phrase you hear? You get the government what you deserve. So we get the PLC we deserve.
Well, it's about time. It's about time that the people, the fans that want to make their voice heard, do make their voice heard. I don't know what way that fucking occurs or what we do for that, but it's about time we tell them that it's not my club, lol. So stop you up on it. It's no more my club the way you put it. It's not my club the way we mean it. You know, whereas we stand in solidarity with oppressed people around the world, common good, common causes. Yet these guys all they want to do is get a bonus, appoint fucking barons of Parkhead to the fucking board. Come on, I stay in Parkhead. And see the actual phrase, the Baron of Parkhead, it makes me sick. You know?
Is he a baron? I thought it was a lord. Is he a baron? Is he a baron or is he a lord or is it both or what is
he? Fuck knows, but it literally makes me sicker because I find Parkhead and I look about where I stay and I go, fuck me, man. Look at this place, you know? One of the poorest postcodes in Europe. And yet, look at the state of this place now. I've got a big multi-million pound stadium there with people that are getting multi-million pound salaries. And I think to myself, there's a disconnect here somewhere, you know? A disconnect. I'm not saying let's go into this socialist fucking communist utopia and take over the stadium there, but there should be more done by the board to realise that, wait a minute here, we need to put more back into the community. And I know I've got the charity fund and I know they've got a good lot of that, but what made me sick and what made me phone you tonight was reading online. I've been busy in that other weekend, but it seemed to be online that the Green Brigade did that collection at Hearts game, and yet the Celtic board, Celtic at first said they would sell them at blah blah, and yet nothing. Maybe a wee byline and a match support or something. That to me, what is Celtic's about, collecting food for food banks, shit like that. You know, helping out the most disadvantaged of the community. stuff like that.